I can't believe this just happened. The Dallas Mavericks, who have worked so hard over the last several weeks to find themselves outside of playoff territory as they were the 11th seed before tonight's game, somehow in some way they did find a way to win and defeat the Detroit Pistons, and if the Suns lose their game tonight, the Dallas Mavericks will find themselves back in the 10th seed. But for those that aren't interested in watching this team tank and want to watch good basketball, tonight was a pretty solid game from the 9 players that we actually did have. The Dallas Mavericks have guys that are ready to step up when they're needed, where some players are still failing to perform. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the box score, what stood out to us, who stood on business, and what does this mean for the future of the Dallas Mavericks. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, as always, make sure you're checking us out on Spotify. We upload almost daily here on YouTube, but we are always going to upload as well on Spotify. So if you can't catch us whenever we drop on YouTube, you can always catch us on Spotify on your way to work, on your long road trip. You can always listen to this amazing voice. The link is in the description below. But the Dallas Mavericks, for those that want to watch us tank, this was probably a game that you didn't really want to see, hoping that we would lose to the Detroit Pistons, who are somewhat better than they were last season. But for those fans out there that are happy to watch these guys go out there and battle it out every single night, tonight was a good win for you, because the Dallas Mavericks, as we've seen many times this season, will go out there, they'll build up a lead, things look good, and then in the fourth quarter, it all falls apart. Last season, we were the most clutch team in the NBA. And this season, we're the complete opposite. In the other night against the Indiana Pacers, the Dallas Mavericks came back in the third quarter, had a pretty good lead, and just threw it all away in the fourth, cementing themselves with their tank. But tonight's game, it was completely different. We held the lead. The Detroit Pistons could never catch up to us. We did have an injury, but it wasn't us. It was Tim Hardaway, an ex-Maverick. But even still, no one else could step up for the Pistons. The Dallas Mavericks played good defense. We hit good shots. Spencer Dinwiddie looked amazing, and some players just continue to struggle. But if we take a look right here, the Dallas Mavericks, like I said, are currently the 11th seed with the exact same record as the Phoenix Suns. This hasn't been updated, of course. We are 34-37, so we should be the 10th seed if the Suns continue to continue to lose games. We will be pushed back into that 10th spot. The Suns do have a more difficult schedule than the Mavericks, so expect the Mavericks to be flirting with the 10th, 11th seed for the foreseeable future for the next 10 games that are left in the season. But to go over the box score really quick, PJ Washington had 27 points, 9 of our 20 turnovers came from PJ. PJ had more turnovers than he had rebounds. PJ was not our leading rebounder. I'm not too sure what was going on with PJ tonight. I don't know if it was just a matchup. It was an off night. Offensively, he was fine, except for whatever reason, we decided to let PJ Washington bring the ball down. It has been a full year since we traded for PJ, and still, I do not trust him bringing the ball down. We have Spencer Dinwiddie, we have Najee Marshall, even Brandon Williams. Let one of them bring the ball down. But every time we let PJ bring the ball down, it was almost always a turnover. But although he did have almost half of our team's turnovers, he also had 4 blocks, 1 steal, 3 rebounds, shot 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 of 8 from 3. 5 threes. And he was 9 of 16 from the field. So take away those turnovers. This was an amazing game from PJ. When you add those turnovers in, it's still a good game, just the turnovers, right? And Kai Jones, in his third game with the Dallas Mavericks, continues to just impress everybody. In 25 minutes, he had 10 points. He had 2 blocks, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. He was 5 of 6 from the floor. Kai Jones is very efficient. From what I've seen so far, he has a very good basketball IQ, a very good natural instinct for the game, where he doesn't try to do too much. Whenever we pass to him down low, if he can't just effectively go and score, he's always looking for the extra pass. Even if he has a clear lane, he will look for the extra pass. Kai Jones is someone who I'm really excited for this Dallas Mavericks team, and I hope that we can keep long term, because having someone like this, an athletic center who can just run up and down the court, high flying, can get blocks, can get rebounds, is just a dime a dozen in today's NBA. Not even a dime a dozen, something that you can hardly really find, but if we have someone like that as our third string center, I think the Dallas Mavericks will be just fine. So Kai Jones, another good game from him. Najee Marshall had another good game as well, had 19 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 5 assists, and 11 rebounds. He is called the knife for a reason. Swiss Army knife, really, just doing it all. Was 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 of 2 from 3, and 8 of 12 from the floor. A very good game from Najee. And Spencer Dinwiddie, who was really just turning back the clock for us, and he had 31 points, only 1 turnover, with 2 steals, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, with 11 of 13 from the free throw line, and 2 of 5 from 3, as well as 9 of 12 from the floor. Spencer Dinwiddie won us this game. He was very efficient. He made the right plays, the right moves. A lot of times, a lot of ISO ball, just dribbling the air out of the ball just to put up a 3 or a 2, but he hit the majority of his shots. He played very well. 31 points. Shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie. And Klay Thompson had 20 points, 1 assist, and 5 rebounds, shooting 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 3-11 from 3, and 6 of 14 from the floor. And off the bench, Dwight Powell had 4 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Brandon Williams, who struggled to score, had only 7 points, 2 steals, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. He shot 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 0 of 2 from 3, and 2 of 9 from the floor. Probably one of his worst games, but that's not really, that is saying a lot to say this was his worst game, because he's had a lot of great games. So if this was his worst game, hey, I'm all for it. It's fine. Good players can have bad games. And Max Christie in 24 minutes had only 5 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, but he had 8 rebounds, shooting 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 4 from 3, and 1 of 4 from the field. Max Christie having ups and downs. He's still young, still developing, new to the team, but not the best game. And then Jaden Hardy, in only 10 minutes, 0 points, 0 steals, 0 assists, 1 rebound, was 0 of 0 from the free throw line, 0 of 2 from 3, and 0 of 5 from the field. He had 1 turnover, 1 foul. Jaden Hardy, Jaden Hardy, Jaden Hardy. Sometimes you look really good like he did during Indiana's game, but sometimes against the Pistons, he struggles. He was just falling all over the place. He was committing unnecessary. That 1 foul was completely unnecessary. He just wasn't able to do absolutely anything at all. Couldn't get an assist, couldn't score. It was just bad. A bad game from Jaden Hardy, but overall, a good game for the Dallas Mavericks. If we take a look right here, Spencer Dinwiddie, who obviously is I always forget the animation. We're going to throw the animation up. Who stood on business? A little sneak peek preview, but obviously the player who I think stood on business was Spencer Dinwiddie, someone who we have on a very, very team-friendly contract, who I hope we bring back next season, is able to put out these type of numbers for the Dallas Mavericks. Although it is the Detroit Pistons, we are also very undermanned. But Spencer Dinwiddie put up 31 points, season high, with 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 9 of 12 from the floor, and 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Turn the clock back to 2022. Shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie, but he wasn't the only player that looked good tonight, because although he had 9 turnovers, PJ Washington also had a good game. Klay Thompson played well, and so did Najee Marshall. Everybody stepped up. We've been seeing it night in and night out, as we have abundance of players who are injured, some soon to return. But in the meantime, it's good to know that we have players that do know how to stand up. Who stand up, step up. They know how to step it up. And just going over something else really quick, Kai Jones has 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocked shots in the first 6 minutes of play. Kai Jones is absolutely amazing. Again, someone who I think should be a Dallas Mavericks long term. Our third string center is Kai Jones. The Dallas Mavericks are in a very good spot. Going into next season, the Dallas Mavericks will have an amazing front court of Anthony Davis, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derrick Lively. And if you bring Kai Jones to substitute for Dwight Powell, we will be even that more lethal on the defensive end, but also having an abundance of lob threats. Guys who can space the floor like Derrick Lively or Anthony Davis, PJ Washington as well. The Dallas Mavericks could definitely use Kai Jones in the future, especially since we're running low on draft picks. And the last thing that I'm going to show you guys today is this right here. Well, one of the last things I'm going to show you is just the upcoming schedule for the remainder of the season. We have to play the Nets, the Knicks, the Magic, the Bulls, the Nets again, the Hawks, the Clippers again. We play the Lakers, the Nuggets, and to finish off the season, we play the Grizzlies. Only about 10 games remain, 11 games remain. I can't do math, obviously, but 11 games remain for us. The Dallas Mavericks will be most likely the 10th seed by tomorrow, but how we end the season, I think 10th or 11th seed. If we have to go in the play-in, let's do our best, but if we don't make the play-in, let's try to get a good draft pick. But to finish up the video, we got to play a game of Who's That Maverick? Well, he's someone that you probably owe money to if you're on the opposite team. He did just come to the Dallas Mavericks not too long ago, but since he's joined the Mavericks, he's broken records that have never been broken before. He's been a dominant force, and he's not even 7 feet tall, but he plays like he is. Let me know who you think it is down in the comment section down below. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing a giveaway every single month on this channel. Only way to enter our giveaways is to become a channel member of any tier. But till next time, y'all take care, drink water. Peace.